Good day. Today is Thursday, December 15, marking 91 days of continued protest against the mullahs regime all across the country. In other words, Iran's nationwide uprising entered its fourth month, and that was despite the fact that the mullahs regime and its entire security apparatus have gone to distance to silence and quell this movement. Now, news of the day. In Abdanan, southwest Iran, people celebrated their victory in forcing regime officials to release Soniya Sharifi, a 16-year-old protester who was sentenced to death on charges of Moharebeh, or waging war against God. In Eslamabad-e-Gharb, which is in western Iran, people gathered to mark the 40th day of Alireza Karimi's murder by the regime's oppressive security forces. The people chanted, "Death to the dictator, death to the child-killing regime." In Babolsar, which is in northern province of Mazandaran, defiant youth set ablaze the office of the local representative of the regime's Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei. In Mashhad, the capital of northeastern province of Khorasan Razavi, protesters torched a pro-regime poster and a regime-associated building with Molotov cocktails in response to the execution of Majid-Reza Rahnavard. In other news, in Tehran, during the third session of the trial regarding the IRGC shooting down the Ukrainian flight PS-752 with 2 missiles on January 8, 2020, families of the victims gathered outside the court to protest the sham process and the mullahs' attempt to close the case under the pretext of quote-unquote human error. In a related development, on Wednesday, a group of cross-party British MPs and peers held a conference announcing a joint initiative by 230 British parliamentarians consolidating their recommendations to their government. The 230 MPs underscored that the prospect of change in Iran has never been this accessible. It is time to recognize the right of the Iranian people to defend themselves and to overthrow the regime. They also stressed that the dossier of this regime's crime must be referred to the UN Security Council, and people of Iran have a democratic alternative whose goals are enshrined in a 10-point plan articulated by Mrs. Maryam Rajavi, the president-elect of the National Council of Resistance of Iran. The parliamentarians said this alternative deserves all-embracing support, and they also pointed out that any dialogue or dealings with the Iranian regime or the continuation of relationships with it must be predicated on the release of all those arrested during the recent uprising. Have a nice day, and thanks for watching.